Hello and welcome back. Metal Rocker 86 is here again reviewing another album. This week I will be honoring Robbie Bachman, who we just lost about a week ago, and I will review Bachman Turner Overdrive's Not Fragile. Now, Bachman Turner Overdrive is a Canadian rock band that started out in 1973 in Winnipeg, Manitoba. They were formed by Fred Turner and the Bachman brothers, Randy, Tim, and Robbie. They have been active on and off over the years. Their genres include rock, hard rock, boogie rock, and blues rock. They have gone through a few different band members and released 10 studio albums. Not Fragile is one of them. On to the album. Not Fragile is the third studio album released by BTO, and it was released in September of 1974. It ranked as high as first in Canada and the US, and second in Sweden and Australia. It is a certified gold in Canada and the US, and a silver in the UK. It consists of 9 songs and altogether is about 36 minutes long. On vocals and guitars is Randy Bachman. On guitar and backing vocals, and at the time he made his debut with the band, is Blair Thornton. On vocals and bass guitar is Fred Turner. And finally, on drums and percussions is the late Robbie Bachman. Now on to the songs, starting with the album's title song, Not Fragile, which is somewhat up-tempo. It was written and sung by Fred Turner. Instrumentation. This one starts off with an intro consisting of bass and drums. Then the hard, catchy guitars come in to steal the show and get your head banging. It does get a little quieter for the solo. I feel like the lyrics describe how the band doesn't let what others say about them get to them, and this was a great song to start the album with. Now the tempo slows down as we get to Rock Is My Life and This Is My Song, and it was written and sung by Randy Bachman. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars and they sound somewhat soothing, but you can also hear the drums in the background. In the chorus, however, the guitars get much harder, and the solo is very nice. I feel like the lyrics describe the joy the band gets from making music and performing live, and this was another great song on the album. Now the tempo really speeds up as we get to my favorite song on the album, Roll On Down the Highway. It was written by Fred Turner and Robbie Bachman, the vocals were performed by Fred Turner, and it was also released as a single. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the energizing guitars, and they give off the feel of driving along the highway, but you can also hear the drums in the background. I really like the solo in this one too. This is really just a trucking song. It started out when they were writing a song for a Ford commercial, and then it became a song about a guy driving a truck. This was an amazing song on the album. Now the tempo slows down a little. You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. It was written and sung by Randy Bachman, and it was also released as a single. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars, and they're very catchy, but you can also hear the drums in the background, and the solo's pretty good. The song is about a guy who meets a woman and she gives him love. This was another great song on the album. This next one, Freewheelin', is an instrumental written by Blair Thornton, and the tempo is still moderately fast-paced. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars and they give off a driving feeling. The rhythm guitars can sound pretty hard, and you can also hear the drums in the background. This was actually written in memory of Duane Allman, and this was another good song on the album. Now the tempo slows down a little as we get to Sledgehammer. It was written by Randy Bachman, and the vocals were handled by Fred and Randy. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars. For the intro and chorus, your head will be banging. In the verse, however, they get a bit quieter, but you can also hear the drums in the background, and I really like the solo here too. I interpret the lyrics as being about a guy who can't get his ex-partner out of his mind, and this was another great song on the album. Now we get to Blue Moanin', which was written and sung by Fred Turner, and the tempo is moderately fast-paced. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars, which give off a blues feel, but you can also hear the drums in the background, and I like the solo here too. I interpret the lyrics as being about someone who's living their life, but hard times are about to come to them, and this was another good song on the album. Now the tempo speeds up a little as we get to Second Hand, which was written and sung by Randy Bachman. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the hard guitars, which will get your head banging, but you can also hear the drums in the background, and the solo here is really good. I interpret the lyrics as being about a guy who's always second to do everything, and this was another good song on the album. Now we get to the final song on the album, giving it all away. This one is up-tempo. It was written by Blair Thornton and Randy Bachman, and Fred Turner handled the vocals. Instrumentation. The main focus is on the guitars, and they give off great energy, but you can also hear the drums in the background, and the solo is awesome. I interpret the lyrics as being about a relationship that just ended, and the guy is on the rebound looking for someone else. This was a great song to end the album with. So what did I like about this album? I really enjoyed this one. The songs were all very well written, they were in the right order, the instrumentation sounded really good, and Randy Bachman and Fred Turner nailed the vocals. There is nothing to change about this album. To conclude this, Not Fragile is definitely worth checking out, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. Well, that's the end of this review. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe and share. Until next time, rock on!